St. Joseph's and head coach Phil Martelli arrive at VCU for the first time since 1982. But this time they enter the Commonwealth with one of the best shot blockers in the nation, junior C.J. Aiken. He and the rest of the Hawks are now ready to cool off the red-hot Rams on their home court. New A-10 member VCU has a superstar of its own in junior guard Troy Daniels, the nation's leader in three-point field goals. He looks to keep his Rams undefeated in conference play and capture their 12th win in a row.
Launches the shot. Oh, it almost went in. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Big finish. Dreams to come true. Good as it is.
Richmond is the capital city of Virginia. It's also home to one of the nation's best college basketball teams. And this is the Siegel Center on the VCU campus. Sold out for a 29th straight game. It'll be loud all night long. We are set for St. Joe's head-to-head with league newcomer VCU. Tonight's game is brought to you in high definition by LG. VCU is red hot. The Rams have won 11 straight games, one of the top streaks in the country. Only Kansas, Utah State, and Butler have done better. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Richmond. Great to have you with us. Dave Ryan alongside former Virginia head coach Pete Gillen. It's pretty obvious, Pete, this is a great VCU team, ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 84-85. But college basketball fans want to know, how good are they?
I think VCU is a top 10 team. They can beat anybody in the land. They have great athletes, unbelievable pressure defense, and they play with great passion and energy.
And they play with havoc. That is the team theme, after all. It's right on the media guide. What does havoc mean? It's relentless style of fast break basketball, starting with pressure defense. And it's led to #1 in the nation in caused turnovers, more than 21 a game, tops in steals per game, and #1 in turnover margin as well, plus 8.6 on a night. Coach, it's very tough to face this team.
It's tough, it's very tough, full court pressure defense. They really come after you, they speed you up, they get you out of control, you turn the ball over, they weigh you down with their physical traps and their aggressive style of play. They're not like the old Georgetown teams, Dave, and I played against it. Coach John Thompson, they double you in the backcourt, they come after you in waves and waves and waves, and it's non-stop pressure defense for the whole game.
So that means St. Joseph's has to take care of the ball, and guard play, Pete, will be critical with Carl Jones and Langston Galloway.
Carl Jones is a points guard. He loves to score. He's terrific in the open court. He can knock it down from three-point land. He gets in the lane. He hits floaters and leaners. He's a terrific penetrator. And Langston Galloway is a great shooter. He led the A-10 in three-point shooting last season, 46%. He's struggling a little bit right now, but he's got to play big tonight.
What's next? It is game time. St. Joe's coming off a huge win over Duquesne, but they've not been here since 1992. VCU with an 11-game win streak, one of the hottest teams in the country.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Only on PS3 and PlayStation Vita. Rated T for Teen.
A look at the Richmond Main Street Station, historic railroad station office building, originally built in 1901, not far from where we are here, downtown the VCU campus. Why are they so good at home? Here's why. Because havoc lives here. Only one home loss all year, way back on November 13th against Wichita State, then 8 straight home wins, including Lehigh in the Patriot League. The arena is ready. VCU is ready. Bill Martelli, who has had so much success on Hawk Hill in Philadelphia, 4-time A-10 Coach of the Year, has brought St. Joe's to 5 NCAA tournaments, including the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. Shaka Smart led the Rams to the Final Four 2011, an unforgettable story. Turned down many big-name schools to stay right here in Virginia's capital city. Last year led VCU to the third round of the NCAA tournament, losing to Indiana. Year one of the A-10 era after VCU had that great run in the CAA. And we are ready for college hoops on Broad Street in Richmond. St. Joe's visiting Unis. Will have the first possession. Here's Chris Wilson. He'll hand back to Langston Galloway. And just like that, a turnover. That only took 6 seconds, Pete.
Unbelievable. Once again, Havoc started right away. That was the quickest Havoc ever, Dave. Ever. St. Joe starts out a 1-3-1 trap. I like it. Trying to fight fire, Dave, with fire.
Brandenburg to Theus. Quick ball movement. Langston Galloway, good hands. 23 to shoot here. For VCU, first possession of the game tonight. Rams ranked for the first time since 84-85. Hard to believe it's been that long since they've been in the AP poll. And they are, without question, one of the most dangerous teams in the country.
We're going to bring two guys to the elbow. We worked on this yesterday in practice.
Theus ball movement. Brandenburg lines him along three. Can't hit. Put back. Treveon Graham all over the offensive glass.
They really emphasized that in practice yesterday, Dave. Go to the offensive glass. They don't think St. Joe screens out very well, whether they're in man defense or zone defense.
More trouble in the handle. The Havoc defense all over Chris Wilson, but it is going to be St. Joe's ball. There's Shaka Smart, and Coach will notice that he will not sit down the entire game. Learned that from his days in Akron as an assistant coach. In fact, there's no seat, no chair for Shaka on the VCU bench.
I was sold, Dave. They got a big money for that.
It is sold out after all for a 29th straight time here at the Siegel Center. Galloway, step back, rattles around and out. Aiken a hand on it. Roberts couldn't find the handle. Foul against St. Joe's and Jones. Been a couple games, had a really good half at home against Butler, but eventually lost to Brad Stevens and the Bulldogs.
St. Joe changed the defense, Dave, goes man-to-man.
Graham fell down, nearly hit that shot. Rebound for Wilson. He'll pull up, the lefty, nice pass, and Aiken finishes with a big hammer dunk. C.J. Aiken, and St. Joe's first points. At the end, Brandenburg pulls the trigger right away. Daniels tries a three. Front iron, and a miss. And Ronald Roberts, team's leading rebounder, has the board defensively for St. Joe's. Wilson, left-handed shot. Graham got a piece of that. Difficult angle. Galloway for Jones. That was blocked. Theus got a piece defensively. 2 blocks and 1 defensive possession there. Daniels again. Front iron. Rebound again, Graham. Tibble. It's too easy on the offensive glass.
It's the freight train underneath the glass.
And the pressure trying to... Rams have 4 players in double-figure scoring. Pressure defense. Here's Havoc. Aiken helps get it across the timeline. Galloway will have a chance for a 3-point play. Langston Galloway.
Nice job attacking Havoc. They got the ball to the sideline, Dave, then to the middle. He's trapped. The ball's in the middle of the court, which Coach Martelli wants. Get it to the sideline, to the middle. Galloway with a nice finish. Dave, some teams just trying to get it over half court against the pressure defense. St. Joe's is trying to score, which I like. Attack, attack, attack.
The junior from Baton Rouge, Langston Galloway, team captain, is voted by his teammates. Completes a 3-point play. A nice meeting today with Langston after the team shoot around. He felt they'd be able to take it at VCU and handle the pressure and not cough it up too much. Graham drives in, lost the handle, and regains on the baseline.
Dave, he's a scoring machine. The Hawks better guard Treveon Graham. It's going to be a long night.
Brandenburg outside the arc. Briante Weber's into the game for the first time for the home team. Nation's leader in steals per game. Is he active? Graham long-range shot. Back iron. And the struggles from three-point range continue for VCU. Last few games, they've had some issues there.
Exactly, Dave. Last 3 games, only shooting 23% from three-point land.
And St. Joe's an early lead. This is Aiken.
Dave, they're using their big guys as pressure releases, bringing them out far from the basket, which I like.
Galloway, the feint. Aiken in the corner, tries a 3. Short. Devontae Reddick, defensive glass. Here's Theus. Team's leader and captain for VCU. Left alone for 3. Get it! Darius Theus. 25th 3-ball of the year for Theus. Pressure. Trouble. Quarles off the bench. Coughed it up. Brandenburg finishes with the easy 2.
Carl Jones back in the game, Dave. He's a senior. He can handle the pressure better than these other younger players.
Galloway playing with a mouth guard. Lost a tooth earlier in the game this year. Lob, and Aiken finishes. C.J. Aiken on a great pass. C.J. Aiken, the big-time hammer dunk on the alley-oop. Weber. Feeds down low. Nice finish for Reddick. Gets the roll. First 2, Javonte Reddick, the junior from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Go along with his 5 rebounds. He's had a great start on the glass tonight for VCU. There's Wilson up top. Told us today his final 2 choices, St. Joe's and VCU, really came close to becoming a Ram. At that time, VCU was in the CAA. He wanted to play in the A-10. Guess what? VCU's in the A-10. Here they are. Galloway pulls the trigger. Long-range 3. Short. Reddick the rebound. Here comes a fast break and lands. Theus with a left-up finish. Darius Theus. That was sweet.
Now's the danger, Dave. I would call a timeout if I'm Coach Phil Martelli before too much bleeding.
Aiken led. Lobs. Roberts. Trouble. Other end. Easy 2. Treveon Graham has half a dozen. Timeout, St. Joseph's.
Great hands. Darius Quarles is not quite ready for this pressure defense by the VCU wing guards. They're all over the place. They push it ahead. They love transition. Here's Theus with a crossover move. In traffic, he scoops it. Terrific finish. There we go. They try to alley-oop. No good. Push it ahead. Freight train with the finish. They get into the rat race, Dave. They can't play this tempo. They got to slow it down. Go inside to the big guys. Pure St. Joe's. This guy. This guy owns probably 3 companies, the guy with the hat.
Nice hat. Great crowd again here tonight. Another sellout. 29 straight at the Siegel Center. Sits about 7,500. Last year, VCU set a new school record, averaging more than 7,600 a game. They jammed it here. SRO standing room only. 11-2 Ram run. Trouble with the inbounds play. And eventually it's Wilson across the timeline.
Dave, Carl Jones got to take over, the senior guard for the Hawks. Right there. Take over, Carl.
One of the top scorers for St. Joe's. Had that blocked away. Active defense. Javonte Reddick everywhere. VCU turnover St. Joe's and taking advantage.
A smile came across my face because not just the addition of Butler and VCU, but the style and the way that it was done. That, to me, is as significant as whom they've brought in here, 2 recent Final Four participants. That was for a moment. And then the coach took over, and I put my head in my hands and I went, we now have to beat them too?
As Coach Martelli's finding out, not so easy. Be careful what you wish for, because VCU 14-3 this year, ranked for the first time since 84-85 in the AP Top 25 poll. 11-game win streak. They're blasting teams by 24 points a game in that streak. An 8-game home win streak, and here at Siegel Center, they're just about unbeatable. 13.2 steals a game. That's number 1 in the country. Number 1 in turnovers caused. Number 1 in turnover margin. Historic type season, Coach Gillen, and clearly this is a squad to be reckoned with when it comes to March Madness.
I think it's a great team, Dave. You said before in the open, I think they're a top 10 team. This is one of the toughest venues in the country. Duke and Gonzaga are 2 places that come to mind that are comparable to this, but a great young coach, so this is really a tough evening for the Hawks. They can win, but they're going to have to bring their A+ game.
A++, right? No
Yes,
question
sir.
about that. Weber going for the steal. Commits the foul as he runs right into Chris Wilson.
Dave, as you know, he leads the country in steals. 3.6 a game. He's missed a habit.
Sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia. Near Virginia Beach. 61 steals on the year. And as you might imagine, an energy leader, as Shaka Smart tells us about Briante Weber, on a team full of energetic players. Official timeout as Wilson slips. Wet floor. And he'll get the towel crew out.
That's rare, Dave. Usually a guy slips, all right, they stop it afterwards. They call a walk or whatever, let the game play on, but I think it's the right call by the official. I respect that. It's a good move.
Pat Adams, Roger Ayers, and Doug Shows are the on-court officials tonight. 32 to shoot, just 3 seconds expired there. Until the time Wilson grabbed that inbounds play and slipped. So, we resume here. I'm not sure I've ever seen that.
No, good job by Pat Adams. I like what he did.
Now the challenge for Wilson. Can they handle the pressure? Here's Jones. Guard play, so critical all night. Taking care of the ball. As Phil Martelli told us after the shoot around today, we got to just catch the ball in rhythm. Like that, Jones, nice fake drives, and scores. Carl Jones, first 2 of the night.
He's a key factor for the Hawks for sure.
But Redick runs the floor so well. Recovery, transition, defense not great for St. Joe's. And Javante takes advantage. You look down for a second, and Redick's shooting the ball. They're that fast.
Amazing.
Wilson, floater with a left. It goes up high, and it goes down for Chris Wilson. Rainmaker.
Great job. It was a heck of a shot, that floater.
Redick trails, short on a 3. Gassed into the game for the first time. A hand on that offensive rebound. And VCU hangs on to it. Recovery, defense, so difficult. Right off the made basket. Is that a teardrop? What do you call that, Pete, when it goes that high?
It's a teardrop, a raindrop,
Raindrop,
whatever you want to call it.
Thunderstorm drop. That was way up there. Avoid the block shot. Theus gets through the defense. He nice through traffic. And an easy layup for Darius Theus. He's up to 7. Half-court defensive set, not great. Now into the game for the first time, and the long-range shot for Papa now. The sophomore from Dakar, Senegal, hits a big 3.
St. Joe's got to get back in defense. They got to rebound the basketball. They have a chance.
Haley the kick out. Yes, again, that rattles down on a 3 and a whistle. And Melvin Johnson, the freshman from the Bronx for VCU, gathering that, but was pushed. No, it's going to be on Jared Guest. The foul's going to be on VCU. That'll be his first. And here comes St. Joe's.
Big key, Dave, is how the officials call the game. But they let a lot go. Advantage VCU because you're so physical, so aggressive. They're going to grab you, smack you, knock the ball away. If it's called tight, it helps the Hawks of St. Joe's because they're not as deep and they're more of a finesse team.
And that'll slow things down, right? No question. Making the inbounds play. And Galloway clears everyone out. Says he can handle Treveon Graham. Here comes a double team, though. Johnson to help. And a turnover. Fourth miscue of the night for St. Joe's.
Dave, St. Joe's only averages 11 turnovers. They got 4 already now. Langston Galloway, get down to court. Paul Jones should be handling the ball. Now the ball's in the band. Forget about that. Paul Jones, your point guard, handle the basket. Don't run away from it.
But that's what Haddock does, Pete, right? I mean, just causes you to be uncomfortable bringing the ball across the timeline.
Exactly. That's the word, uncomfortable, Dave.
Constantly. Johnson floater, baseline, gets a roll. It's Melvin Johnson. Originally a commit to Jim Larinaga at Miami, changed his mind, become a factor as a freshman here at VCU. Papa now with that big 3 off the bench, but gives it up. Johnson in traffic, bump, no call, floats and hits. 2 more from Melvin Johnson.
Terrific freshman, Dave. Melvin Johnson really can score. These guys are so deep, VCU.
Wilson floats again, this time it's short. And DJ Haley off the VCU bench, the 7-footer has the rebound.
They run their fast break like they're running out of a burning building.
With the left, DJ Haley. Yet another VCU weapon. How deep is this team? Rams by 11.
I'd call a timeout, Dave, before it gets out of control.
Aiken's got to become a factor. Quickly.
We got to look for him inside. He's got to want the ball. Can't fade in and out of the game.
Jones, Aiken, baseline. Carl Jones for Galloway. Steps back from 17. It's short. Aiken a hand on it. Papa now lost the handle. And VCU gets it back when we return.
VCU keeps coming at you, Dave. Again and again. Kick it inside. Nice steal by Melvin Johnson. Attacking the basket. He goes. He doesn't stop. A little floater in the lane. Splash. But too quick. Inside to the big fella. Let the big dog eat. Haley. He's hungry. He ate.
The 11-game win streak for VCU, tied for 4th longest school history, longest 16. Time now for the Icy Hot injury report. Rodney Clark, coach, a big loss, severe neck injury, suffered a couple games back. He's 4th leading scorer in the Atlantic 10, and Jesse Morgan for UMass. Team you saw tonight on CBS Sports Network with a winner for Duquesne, out for the year with an ACL.
Yep, both teams won, but big losses for both squads. Hopefully Clark will get back in not too distant future.
And without Rodney Clark, Butler did beat Richmond last night at home, showing why they're 13th in the country. The 12-game win streak now. We'll see Temple on Saturday, 1 Eastern, CBS Sports Network, in a big game head-to-head with St. Bonaventure.
Should be a good one. Rand Dunford from Temple's one of the top coaches in the country, and Jim Ferry's doing a real good job building up Duquesne, and Mark Schmidt, once again, doing a great job of Bonnie's. As you know, they won the A-10 tournament last season. With
superstar Andrew Nicholson now in the NBA. Last time in the big dance for Phil Martelli, 2008. 20 wins last year in the NIT. Drew Daniels, nation's leader, 3-point shooting. Is he ever brilliant from long range? But in this game, VCU is 1 of 8 from beyond the arc so far. Graham on the weave, trying to work down low. Could not get it to Javonte Reddick. So bottom right, you'll see Shaka Smart, how active he is, especially when his team is in the defensive set in the half court. As we said earlier, he never sits down.
He gets in a defensive stance a lot of times, Dave, too.
He moves, he shouts, he's active. It's constant for Shaka Smart. And it pays off. Another turnover. 7th of the night for St. Joe's.
Dave, that was Darius Quarles. He's a good shooter, but he's not ready for this pressure. He's a junior, but not quite ready for this type of intensity. He's out of the game now.
Shaka told us that he learned the not sitting part of coaching from Keith Dambrot, coach at Akron when Shaka was an assistant there in the MAC. Coach Dambrot did not have a seat either. Same for Shaka.
Must be working because both guys are greatly successful.
Brandenburg going for a 3-point play. Instead, he'll shoot a couple of free throws here for VCU.
Personal foul charge to number 0, Evan Mashmeyer. That's his first.
Evan Mashmeyer's into the game for the first time. It's the first time he's played all year, just cleared to play a couple of games back after suffering a fractured hand in practice. Sophomore from just outside Louisville, Kentucky. And Brandenburg has one more free throw. The junior coming in shooting 64.5% from the line. VCU not a great free throw shooting team. As we talked about, their three-point shooting has been a bit of a nemesis of late, but
free throws, they've only 66%, so they got to do a little better job with that, but they score another way. Hey, Shaka. He's fired up. He's counseling his players aggressively, Dave.
Especially on defense. Jones trying to handle the pressure of Theus. Here comes the double team again. Mashmeyer. Galloway pulls up from 15 and hits. Langston Galloway has 5 for the game for St. Joe's. Quickly up court, Brandenburg on the end, trying for response 3, but it rattles out. Ronald Roberts Jr. has a rebound for the Hawks.
They got to go inside to Roberts. Get it to the big guy. He's going to want the basketball. They got to look for him.
He's a double-double machine. Pete's got 6 this year. Shaka's working hard. Coaching his team. Galloway pulls up, open, but can't hit from 15. Graham the rebound. Here's Brandenburg on the move. Has Reddick down court. Nice play defensively by Papa Mao. Broke up that would-be alley-oop connection. Ball movement. Brandenburg in the corner. Free ball. A little short this time. Nice box out. And Jones has a loose change.
And Jones, they've got a scoring transition. They're very good at pushing it and shooting threes off their fast break. They haven't gotten any so far this game.
Papa now in the corner. Ten to shoot. Kick out Jones. 3 ball. Got it. Carl Jones, first triple of the game for him. Boy, did St. Joe's need that one as he hits his 30th 3 of the season. But recovery defense again a problem. Reddick somehow is all by himself on the baseline for the easy flush.
Get back on D, Dave. They're not getting back and they're not boxing out. So they're getting killed. Come get it. Paul Jones, come get it. He's going to lose it. I want to look, Dave. Oh.
Papa now helps break the pressure. Galloway, nice feed. Roberts, big time stuff. Ronald Roberts, first 2 of the game with a pump fake and the hammer flush. He had 21 points, 16 rebounds in St. Joe's biggest win to date against Notre Dame. Coming up, a very special connection with Shaka Smart and our studio analyst, Mateen Cleaves, one of the all-time greats at Michigan State. We'll tell you much more about that. Here from Mateen next. 22nd ranked VCU trying for his 12th straight win, a lead on St. Joe's. A little more about our Pete Gillen, coached about an hour and 15 minutes or so up the road in Charlottesville. Head coach UVA in the ACC between 98 and 05, won 118 games, and in 01 went to the NCAA tournament. And coach, you would bring in motivational speakers quite often to help get your team ready for big games, NCAA tournaments. Why is that?
Well, trying to influence the young guys. He used to bring in former players, successful business guys, bring them in. But Shaka Smart took it up 2 levels higher than me. He brought in a great player, Mateen Cleaves, to talk to his players. And he did an unbelievable job. As you know, Mateen went to the Final Four, won the national championship with Michigan State, was the MVP of the Final Four. He was great.
And Mateen joins us live now from New York, our studio analyst. Breaking down the games for us tonight. Mateen, how did you first get connected with Shaka Smart?
Well, it was funny because I got a text message from Coach, and he just told me he appreciated how I played the game, and he watched me from afar as a player, and he liked the way I played, and he wanted me to come down and hang out with his team for a few days.
Mateen, when you visited there, what type of life lessons did you try to share with the young players?
Well, my whole thing was I just told them to enjoy what they're doing, and winning is a mentality. That's one thing I told them. When you step on the floor, expect to win, and when you go out there, you should just have a winning mentality, and that's one thing I preached to the guys when I was there.
Mateen, what impressed you the most about this VCU team when you met the kids and hung out with them?
Wow, man, I'm telling you, they played hard. I really enjoyed hanging out with the guard. I spent a lot of time with Darius Theus, the point guard. We spent a lot of time. We talked. Troy Daniels, I talked to him a lot about senior leadership. Breonte Weber. The way these guys practice now, I had to be the first guy in history to lose 5 pounds from just watching a practice. I tell you, these guys got up and down. What a sight. But I enjoy hanging around the team for 2 days, and it was first class. I mean, they took care of me. And Shaka Smart, he fed me well, so I won't hesitate to go back.
Well, Mateen, how about overcoming adversity? Your senior year, you got injured, didn't play to the Big Ten. Did you talk to the young men about overcoming adversity at different times?
I definitely did. I talked to him, and I told him it's not just about peaches and cream. You're going to have ups and downs, but it's about bouncing back and continue to work hard. I told him one thing you can do, you can go out and miss shots, you can go out and have bad games, but one thing you can control is playing hard and working hard every time you step on the floor. So that was one of my biggest focal points while talking to the kids.
Good life lessons for sure. All right, Mateen, now you saw these guys coming here to Richmond in person in the offseason. You're watching them here tonight. College basketball fans want to know, what's your opinion? How good is this VCU team this year?
Oh, man, very good. I would hate to be an opposing team and have to play against VCU right now. They do a really good job of pressuring the ball, getting in passing lanes, turning you over, and then they do a great job of changing ends of the floor. So I think they're one of the best teams in college basketball. I think they're very underrated at 22.
Mateen, you were real close to Coach Tom Izzo. In fact, Coach Izzo named his son middle name Mateen. You talk about being close to your head coach with some of the players?
Yes, I did, and that's one thing I told Darius Theus. I said, you have to be an extension of your coach when you're on the floor. I know he puts a lot of pressure on you as the point guard, but as a senior leader, as his team, he's going to do that. But me and Coach Izzo had a great relationship, and I see similar pretty much with Darius Theus and Shaka Smart.
Mateen, the Atlantic 10 is loaded with a lot of great teams this year. Butler and VCU, those two great programs, in addition to what the A10 had already, 16 teams. How do you view the Atlantic 10?
Man, wow, I am very impressed with the Atlantic 10 right now. You got, VCU and Butler. These guys took this conference to another level. Temple, St. Joe's. This is a very, very good conference. And from people around the country that don't watch this conference, you might want to tune in because you will definitely see some great basketball.
Hey, Mateen, thanks for your time. We appreciate you coming on with us.
All right, thank you guys.
Mateen,
I appreciate it.
You're the best.
All right, Coach, take it easy.
All right, now Big M on AT&T at the half coming up with a breakdown of everything that's happening in college basketball, the Atlantic 10 and the top 25. Michigan bouncing back from that loss to Ohio State over the weekend with a big game against Minnesota in the Big Ten. It's all coming up at halftime. And you just know Mateen is welcome back here at VCU.
Well, they love him. They watch inside college basketball more now because of Mateen. They love Mateen. They always watched him before, but now even more so.
Wilson way short there, coach, on a three. Daniels running the other way, pulls up, three ball. That's way off, thud, a brick. And it's out of bounds off the hands there down low of Treveon Graham.
St. Joe's are hanging around. They were down 9-10 before. Now it's only 4. They just get a couple of good possessions. Go inside to the big guys. Attack the rim. That's what they got to do right now.
VCU has not shot well from 3. We told you about that recently. 1 of 12 tonight. That's it. Roberts down low. Another huge hammer dunk. Ronald Roberts, his second stuff of this first half.
A lot of pride at St. Joe's. A lot of tradition.
Theus again, nice through traffic, and again hits off the glass with the left. The captain of VCU has 9 first half points to lead the way for the Rams.
They weigh you down. They're so physical, so aggressive.
Quarles across the timeline. He'll pull up. Wow, high percentage shot, but he hits the shot.
That shot at the break.
Against Duquesne over the weekend. Quarles hits a big one.
Thank you. Got to attack, pressure to score. Got to be aggressive. Push it ahead. Quarles with a nice bounce pass. With a flush. The Hawks are in the house. They're flying high. They're not here to hold hands. The Hawks are here to win.
VCU does not play football, although it is potentially in the works here down the road. 30-28. He's ready for football. Ready for some great basketball, too. Coming up on AT&T at the half. Adam Zucker, Al-Abdelmami, Mateen Cleaves, you just heard from Mateen, and Gary Parrish, our insider. First half analysis from St. Joe's VCU, plus scores highlights from around the nation. Michigan did beat Minnesota tonight. Duke Georgia Tech early, third-ranked Blue Devils losing to Georgia Tech. The guys will have that for you. There's John Rothstein, our college basketball insider, here tonight. John was a big hit during the shoot-around today for VCU. Talked with Shaka Smart, a lot of the players. Well-known in college basketball circles. He watched NC State, Maryland last night. Nice win for the Terps in the ACC. This game tonight, Iona Fairfield tomorrow. He's right back on the road.
Nobody works harder than John Rothstein. He's amazing. They love him here at VCU. He's going to be nominated for the Board of Trustees, potentially, because he's such a big fan of the Rams.
Theus drives. Aiken altered the shot, and then a turnover against VCU in the half court. Only their second turnover of this first half. And give St. Joe some credit here, Pete, for Phil Martelli, a 14-4 run in the last 6 minutes to get right back in the game.
Phil Martelli's a great coach. He's the dean of the A-10 coaches, 18th year at St. Joe's. I coached against him once, Dave. We had 62, our team at Providence. His team had 82. So we came in second, but not good in the hoop game.
All-time wins leader at St. Joe's, 329 victories, longest tenured A-10 current coach. What a run he's had on Hawk Hill. Phil Martelli. Galloway works for Aiken. A feed down low, Roberts. Nice fade. Not a finish, though, for Ronald Roberts.
That's where they got to go, Dave. Even though he missed it, that's a shot you want if you're the Hawks.
Daniels and VCU struggling mightily from three-point range. 1 of 13 from beyond the arc. Here's Daniel. That's a long-range triple. 1 of 14. Has the offensive rebound. The floater will not go. And Galloway's got the loose change defensively. Here comes St. Joe's, a chance to tie or take a lead.
St. Joe's confidence, Dave, is growing. I sense they feel a little swagger themselves now.
Galloway pulls up. 3 rattles out. Would have been a big one for the Hawks on the road. Quarles can't find the loose change. Brandenburg for Theus. Graham open. Can he hit a 3? Yep. Finally, the second 3 of the game for VCU. 21st 3 of the year for Treveon Graham. And St. Joe did not want that to happen. Get the crowd back in the game here.
Exactly. It's a foul. Oh.
Travel, C.J. Aiken.
One of the top young sophomores in the country, Treveon Graham, terrific scorer, Dave. He can slash to the basket like a freight train, or he can hit from way downtown like that. He's a scoring machine. He could be, before it's done, the all-time leading scorer at VCU. He's on pace right now at the early stage as a sophomore.
Inbounds play. Deontay Weber, easy layup on the set play from Shaka Smart. In case you're wondering, all-time leading scorer here at VCU, Eric Maynor. 1,953 points between 05 and 08, en route to the NBA. Havoc causing the steal. Theus will shoot some free throws.
I thought there was a foul there, Dave. Very aggressive. Once again, a referee's let a lot go. Big advantage for VCU. No Georgetown team. Very physical, very, very aggressive. Coach Martelli, very poised. I'd be bleeding from the eyes right now if I was coaching against these guys.
His message to us today, stay in rhythm offensively and be who we are. Don't change our game too much. Theus has got one more free throw. And the captain up to 10 points, first in double figures in the game tonight. Coach Martelli saying, yeah, VCU is incredibly deep. They can play 11 or 12 guys. We're pretty good too. We're ready.
He's confident. You got to have confidence if you're a coach, Dave, because that permeates your team. If you come in there scared, then play a sense that.
St. Joe's again without Halil Kanasevic, and a 6'8" double-double machine from last year. He is in Montenegro in Europe. His uncle passed away recently, and he accompanied his family overseas for the funeral. And Coach Martelli is not sure when Kanasevic's going to return. He'll probably miss Saturday's game. Big 5 matchup with Penn as well.
They miss him. He's a good rebounder, Dave, and a tremendous passer for a forward. VCU's in a 1-2-1-1 zone press on the side, which not too many teams do. Maryland used to do that with Coach Gary Williams. Coach Smart talking to Pat Adams, say, hey. Pat Adams will say, you got to give him room, Dave, because the bench is right next to the sideline. You got to give him 3 feet.
Shaka's got to step aside. He's got no seat on the VCU bench by design. Roberts the inbound play. Here's Jones. Can he be a factor? 5 first-half points for Carl. Last 2 years, Jones has led St. Joseph's in scoring. Here's Wilson with a left, drives in, but can't finish. C.J. Aiken will, though. Oh, follow slam by C.J. Aiken.
Yeah. On their drives, Dave, they're getting held, they're getting grabbed. You got to call that if you're an official. If I'm Phil Martelli, I'm going nuts. I'm saying, hey, advantage, disadvantage.
Final minute, first half. Been exciting tonight from the Siegel Center here on the VCU campus. Sold out again. Jam-packed and rocking. What a pass. Theus, what a finish from Javonte Reddick. How about that? No look over the shoulder dish. That was something else. Man, what a play.
Bumping him.
Coach Gillen wants a call here.
Call it, make a call. I mean, these guys are great officials. Well, Dave, if you can mug somebody, it's a big advantage. I mean, these guys are great officials, but they're letting it let go. Tremendous pass over his head. Reddick. Great finish. Javonte Reddick. He's like a gentle giant. Dave, he could be a pro. He's that talented, but he's just kind of laid back.
Reddick's got 6 points, 10 rebounds, coach, in the first half, and that spectacular assist as well. Shot clock turned off. Final 10 seconds, first half from Richmond. Jones hangs and hits. Carl Jones, that's a huge shot at the end of the half for St. Joe's. And a timeout call by Shaka Smart with 2.3 seconds remaining in the opening half.
Carl Jones, the only senior that plays a lot. Nice float. That's a tough shot, Dave. In traffic, that floater, that teardrop. Murder shot.
Our Scion first half key players. To review, Coach Gillen, Theus has been fantastic. Game high 12 points. And Galloway, a couple threes to keep St. Joe's in early. Nice ball handling latter stage of the first half to keep them in this game overall.
Yeah. Jones are hanging in there, showing a lot of courage, a lot of toughness. Theus he's their leader. He's the heart and soul of their team, Dave. He's really special. He's very smart. Dave, you got to cut off the head and the body dives. You got to stop Darius Theus, the senior.
5 of 7 feet from the field in the first half. 12 points and 4 assists for Darius Theus. As Shaka Smart has told us this year, the unquestioned leader of his team. Final moments. Here's Theus. One more. After the buzzer, no basket. That would have been quite an end of the first half. 38-32. Another look.
Great pass. Here he goes. Good call. It's by about a half a second, Dave. They practice that. And the practice all the time. VCU works on the last second shots and almost came to fruition.
Great look from the crew. Clearly too late. Havoc does leave here. Alive and well. But St. Joe's is hanging in against Shaka Smart. And VCU halfway home, a 6-point lead for the Rams, looking for their 12th straight win. AT&T of the half is coming your way next.
The CBS Sports Network presents AT&T at the half. Rethink possible.
All right, welcome everyone to our New York studios. Adam Zucker here alongside Ala Abdelnaby, Mateen Cleaves, and in the John Rothstein seat, because John, as you saw, was press row at our game tonight, Gary Parrish, CBSSports.com superstar, if I may.
You may.
VCU up by 6 right now. Guys, your thoughts on the first half? Huh?
Well, they wound up with 6 turnovers to finish the first half, but what St. Joe's got in trouble with, there was 5 of them early on in the game right away, and VCU was able to get a lead and stay with that lead. But then they started to hold on to the basketball. Langston Galloway finished up with 8 points, real strong. What I like, too, is they got the ball past half court and got good shots. That's all the difference in the world when you're playing the Rams.
And that's the key. When you're playing against VCU with the pressure, you cannot play on your heels. You must attack. Once you break that press, like Ala just said, once you get across half, attack the basket, and that's what they did. But VCU, the solid point guard, 12 points. Darius Theus, what a big first half for him.
All right, and by the way, Gary, I can hear Jeff Goodman tweeting about this right now. Let's jump into some of the highlights, though. A meeting of top 10s tonight in the Big Ten as
St. Joe's won only 5 total road games last year, already 4-2 away from Hawk Hill this year, playing well here tonight, down by 6. Welcome back to Richmond, everyone. Dave Ryan alongside our Providence College head coach Pete Gillen. What do you look forward to most in half number 2 here?
At the second half, I think St. Joe's is going to go inside to the big guys, Roberts and Aiken, and I think Jones is going to attack the basket, try to score for VCU. I think they're going to get hot from three-point land, and then it's going to be trouble for the Hawks.
Relentless defensive pressure, Havoc, such a big part of VCU's attack, but St. Joe's did a pretty nice job at times of breaking Havoc in that first half.
They did a great job. They took the ball out, they threw it to the opposite corner, so it's tough to trap right there. They bring it up, they want to try to get the ball to the sideline, then from the sideline, Dave, to the middle. They throw it to the sideline here. Young man catches it here. It catches it right here, and then we move on. Okay, and then they try to throw it to the middle. Here, back to the middle to Galloway, pull-up jump shot, like the Galloway, a great shooter, a terrific way to attack Havoc. Now, VCU says, hey, Havoc works, so now they come after you now. Unfortunately, a young man, Darius who's a junior, but he's not used to the pressure. He's got the ball in the middle of the court, but they turn him. They come from the weak side. Here they come from the weak side. Brandenburg and Theus, 2 thieves. They trap. Now keep flicking and grabbing at the ball. Flicking, grabbing, smacking, boop, boop, boop. History. Theus does it. Brandenburg with the finish. Havoc at its best.
All right, Pete, let's review the first half stats reeled in by Bass. Both shops and break down the numbers. Not great three-point shooting at all in the first half for VCU, keeping this game close.
Exactly, but 12 points off turnovers for VCU, none for the Hawks. Carl Jones, 7 points, doing a good job. But both teams are pretty even, but too many turnovers for the Hawks. 8 turnovers to only 2 for VCU.
Rams only shot 13.3% from 3 in the first half. 2 of 15 from beyond the arc for a team that hits about 9 threes a game. All right, Rams, 22nd ranked team in the nation. Here's Graham pulling up from 17. A nice start. Treveon Graham has got 11 as he joins Theus, the team captain, in double figures for VCU.
Do a great job faking the trap, Dave. They keep stunting at you.
Roberts up top can be a force if he gets going for the Hawks in the second half. Jones the kick out. Wilson the fake. Back for Jones. That's a 2.
He's the key guy, Dave. He's the key guy. Excuse me, you know, he can score. And Galloway, the tied leading scorers. Jones has been around. He's a senior. He's got to step up big for the Hawks to try to pull this big upset.
He's a 3-year starter. Amazing. The last 2 years for St. Joe's, average exactly 17 points a game. Have you ever heard of that?
No, never did, David.
Theus, little backdoor cut, and again the high-low play from Reddick. It's working well. 14 in the game for Darius Theus. Not as spectacular as a dish over the head of the first half, but still very effective for VCU.
The Hawks got to adjust to that. They got to get some help on the weak side. I like it. You're St. Joe, Dave. You want to slow the pace of the game a little bit. Take the crowd out of it a little bit.
Aiken outside the arc, 10 to shoot for St. Joe's here. Wilson for Carl Jones. Driving a juke, hangs, blocked. Brandenburg starts the break the other way. Rob Brandenburg for 2. Definition of havoc for Brandenburg. The steal and the finish on the other end. Jones bumped hard, and with the English, in it goes for Carl Jones. Chance for a 3-point play. That was spectacular. What a move by the senior.
Hawks got to do a better job in a half-court D, Dave. Nice penetrate, nice block, and they push it ahead. Theus to Brandenburg is the X factor. Nice finish. Now, the Hawks behind hard. Carl Jones, the senior, quick, nice first step. Terrific finish for a little bit of English. Hawks are here to stay, Dave.
Short on the free throw try for Jones. Foul was on Brandenburg, his first of the night. Graham at the red pulls up and hits. There's a 2. Treveon Graham, who's so dangerous. The freight train at 6'5", 215. The sophomore from DC. Jones runs other end. Carl Jones has 2 more as he flies up court with great on-court speed. 13 for Carl. Reddick. Easy 2. Theus the feed. Redick up to 8.
It's a foul, Dave.
Wilson gets off for Jones. Free throw line jumper. Perfect for Carl Jones. Leave him alone. And he'll bury that one. He's got 15 to lead St. Joseph's.
Dave, Carl Jones had 32 points against Iona, so he's capable of a big night.
Graham's having a big night. On the baseline, he is bumped.
Now, if VCU can be very physical and aggressive, tremendous advantage. Now, Wilson's bringing up the court. Boom! Theus, no call, no blood, no foul. Okay, keep playing, play on. You got to adjust. If referees call it that way, it's fine. You got to adjust if you're the Hawks.
Fouls on Roberts there, his first. Daniels has not gotten going at all from three-point range. No points for Troy Daniels. Redick free in the baseline, lost it. Right into the hands of Jones. And here come the Hawks. Almost collided with Wilson. Chris is the team's leader in assists, the lefty. Had 5 threes against Butler in a recent loss at home for St. Joe's. Roberts hangs and is fouled on the way up. Two fouls on Troy Daniels. Nation's leader in threes made per game at 4.1 has been shut out tonight. Nothing doing for Daniels. He is 0 for 5 from the floor and 0 for 4 from three-point range. Roberts, the junior from Bayonne, New Jersey. Here's the eye foul. And they certainly need him to play well tonight.
Definitely, Dave. He's a terrific athlete, very strong, great rebounder, power guy, tremendous athlete. But he's got to step up. Not the most skilled guy in the world. Sometimes you drop the ball.
Misses the second, was the A-10 sixth man of the year last season. And heading into tonight's action, third leading rebounder in this conference. Theus again. Invisible defense. And how many times have we seen that tonight from Darius Theus? Weaving his way through traffic, uncontested. He's got 16. What's happening there on the breakdown, Pete?
No help, Dave. No help defense at all.
Jones front iron. Roberts, hard rebound. We just saw that in the eye file a moment ago. Kick out for Jones. A three is short. Wilson tracks it down in front of his own bench. A spin move, a travel for Chris Wilson.
The heart of this team is Darius Theus, the VCU. He's great with the ball. You got to guard him. Stay in front. Theus, like a train, going to the hoop. Great point guard.
My line of work. I take out the trash.
On February 1st.
Detective Taylor Kwan.
I want the guy who took your daughter.
Dad? We can help each other out.
He may be older.
Hey, you mind if we listen to something from this century?
But when it comes to revenge, he hasn't lost his edge.
What are we, Vikings?
You don't just kill a guy like that.
I just did.
Bullet to the head. Rated R. February 1st.
Where do you turn for legal matters? At LegalZoom, we've created a better place to handle your legal needs. Maybe you have questions about incorporating a business you'd like to start, or questions about protecting your family with a will or living trust, and you'd like to find the right attorney to help guide you along, answer any questions, and offer advice. With an A rating from the Better Business Bureau, LegalZoom helps you get personalized and affordable legal protection. In most states, a legal plan attorney is available with every personalized document to answer any questions. Get started at LegalZoom.com today, and now you're protected.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By the United States Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines. And by Icy Hot, America's #1 topical pain reliever.
State capital Richmond, Virginia, founded in 1737 with a population of just over 200,000 these days. VCU's got a 9-point lead. Obligatory, Coach Gillen, you can't cover a St. Joe's game without talking about the Hawk, the motto, the Hawk will never die. Jim Brennan was the first student mascot back in 1956, and the Hawk has not missed a game since. This year's mascot, Ian Klingler, the 35th student in St. Joe's history. You get a full scholarship, by the way, if you win the audition to become a Hawk on Hawk Hill. in St. Joe's. Team manager and you're the mascot. Full tuition. Not bad. Carl Jones playing pretty well. Clearly, he hopes the Hawks won't die tonight.
He's a terrific player, Dave. He's preseason, second team All A-10. He's doing a terrific job attacking the cup. He's really good in transition. He's really a very talented guy, and he's got to really continue to play well. Dave, he's got 15 points, 7 for 12 from the floor, so he's doing a great job keeping the Hawks hanging around. But they got to be careful. They're one spurt away from being really in a deep, deep hole. He won't be able to come back.
Senior from Garfield Heights, Ohio, just outside Cleveland, a 3-year starter. 8th all-time in threes made. St. Joe's history has 180 triples in his career. He'll need a few more of those in the second half to keep his team in the game on the road.
Dave, I'd love to see St. Joe's go to their 1-3-1 trap, because right now VCU's getting to the basket with drives. Little zone, I think, would give them a little boost.
That was just turnover number 4 of the game for Shaka Smart. That's it. 4 turnovers all night. The turnover margin is best in the nation at plus 8-6 coming in. First personal foul on Javante Redick. The pressure defense for VCU. Nine turnovers tonight. Only 7 a game the last 2 outings for the Hawks. One of those a win over Duquesne on the road. A push foul first before Galloway got that. And Theus commits a foul there. Darius has tied his career high this game tonight with 16. First personal foul on Darius Theus. That's exactly what VCU will do to you. The turnover numbers remarkable per game as they cost 21-4 a night. 21 plus miscues a game.
Exactly. Well, tremendous pressure, Dave, and excellent depth. They're physical, they're strong, super aggressive. Some great athletes on this VCU team.
And St. Joe's plenty of time for a comeback here tonight. Galloway the double team. Someone's open. Theus got physical, but no call. Roberts got bumped hard. Officials are letting go. That was right in front of us. Jones with a handle outside the arc. Galloway pulls up. Long 3. Too strong. Brandenburg the rebound. Starts his own fast break. Rob Brandenburg up bar. Will shoot 2.
Dave, Rob Brandenburg's the X factor. When he gets going, he's strong, he's physical. He gets going, really a tremendous boost for the Rams. We got 5 points now, but he's explosive.
Fouls on Darius Quarles. First for him off the bench for St. Joseph's tonight. So here's Brandenburg from just outside Columbus, Ohio. Coach Smart has told us he wants Rob to be like a rattlesnake. Constantly aggressive on defense, causing turnovers. And that's something that Coach Smart wants this whole team to be about as Johnson checks back in. Be the hunter, not the hunted. And it's not easy with a Final Four run in 2011. They're not sneaking up on teams anymore.
No question, Dave. Everybody gets their best shot against the Rams. They give them their best shot, so they got to be ready. And it's not easy to have this pressure day in and day out.
And all the national media and the attention.
Exactly.
3 national magazines, a national TV network. In addition, ours in town this week to talk to Shaka Smart. We're here to cover the game. And it said, yeah, I'd rather be left alone. I'd rather just practice and play games. Quarles gets a nice roll. Darius Quarles' second bucket off the bench for the Hawks.
After the beginning, it was a little shaky, Dave. Quarles is doing a terrific job.
Brandenburg, kick out for Melvin Johnson. Was really good in the first half off the bench for VCU.
I would zone if I'm St. Joe's. Little change of pace. They're not hitting threes right now.
Turnover. Pressure defense for Galloway. Off the leg of Brandenburg, and Shaka Smart doesn't like that one bit.
Roger Ayers, a great official. When I was at Virginia, he started off and he's up and away. He's a great official.
The pressure. Roberts helps break it across the timeline for Galloway. Tyson Galloway, double figures in 10 straight games, has 8 tonight. Will he catch fire? Jones feeling it. Hits from 15. Carl Jones, 17 points in the game.
So to get the defense set if you're St. Joe's. No layups now. Make him shoot a jump shot. Guy Johnson's a scoring machine.
Right off the bench, short throw on 3. Rebound kicked out to Jones. Interesting scenario here because VCU's not used to being tested. 11-game win streak. They're blowing teams out by 24 a game. Ball's lost track of the rock for a second. Regains in time.
Oh, boy.
So we'll see how they respond to a test here tonight.
Exactly. Looks like the Hawks getting a little tired, Dave, though. It's like a boxer. You keep hitting him in the belly, his legs will die.
They're not a deep team. Galloway coughed it up, regains 10 to shoot from 15. It's short. Roberts battles, and the easy lay-in for Ronald Roberts Jr. Give him 7 points. The team's leading rebounders scrapping hard down low. Entry pass, it's Reddick, the fake, the spin, one-hander short, and a rebound for Aiken. St. Joseph's on the comeback trail. Here's Jones.
Big guys got to continue to step up for the Hawks. Roberts and Aiken, they got to dig down deep.
Galloway kick out, it's Aiken, a long-range shot, way strong. Roberts battles and is held by Johnson. Hawks have it when we return.
Nice job, Carl Jones. Nice pull-up. He's on fire. Really fighting on the glass. Roberts with a finish. That's the key, Dave, the glass. Whoever controls the glass is going to control the game.
A little ahead of myself. Almost time for a break. About 28 more seconds.
I need a shower, Dave, myself. I'm
you knew
tired.
that.
I get tired watching you work.
Aiken will fire down court to Wilson. Just off the St. Joe's bench here. Only down 4, testing the 22nd ranked team in the nation. Wilson pulls up the dribble. Not a great idea. Briante Weber all over him. Now we're ready for a timeout. That Havoc defense is so tough to play against.
Come on, kid. I'm Drew Brees.
And I'm Harry.
Who?
From One Direction.
Dudes, won the Super Bowl.
Platinum album.
MVP.
On the cover. Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Hey, man. Give me the Pepsi, and I'll get you a tryout.
Cool. Hit me, Drew.
I returned in Djibouti, Africa, 2004.
The Battle of Bataan, 1942.
Fort Benning, Georgia, in 1999.
USAA auto insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve the military, veterans, and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
Dad, math problem.
Hit me.
Golden Corral charges one low price for their new sirloin filet. Plus, you could get seconds or more. Plus, all the shrimp you want. So, how much does that juicy sirloin actually cost?
Honey, we're going to Golden Corral. Yup, we just raised the bar on steak. It's new USDA sirloin fillets cooked just the way you like. Plus jumbo and new calabash shrimp on our endless buffet, still for one low price.
Math is my best subject.
Golden Corral, help yourself to happiness.
VCU by 4, St. Joe's. Exciting A-10 action tonight. Be sure to check out PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, only on PS3 and PlayStation Vita. Rated T for teen. So, Coach Gillen, let's compare these two head coaches. Now, this is since 95. Phil Martelli, 18th year head coach, longest tenured currently in the A-10. Shaka Smart, several stops en route to becoming a head coach, including some time at California U of Pennsylvania, Dayton, Akron, Clemson, Florida, assistant, different roles before becoming a head coach here at VCU.
2 different ways. Phil Martelli always at St. Joe, learned from great coaches ahead of him. Jimmy Lynham, Jack McKinney, Jack Ramsey, but Shaka learned from a lot of different coaches. So I like Shaka's path a lot because you have different philosophies, but Phil's a great coach, and so is this guy, Shaka Smart, is a brilliant young coach.
Just amazing. Year 1 won the CBI. Year 2, of course, the Final Four. Unforgettable here in Richmond. Lost to Butler in the national semifinals. Third round of the tournament last year. Quarles off the bench. A big three, Darius Quarles, who hit 3 triples in the win in Pittsburgh at the Palumbo Center Saturday against Duquesne. That's a huge shot to make it a 1-point game. Weber floats. Other end, the answer, Deontay Weber.
Hawks can't get a stop, Dave. You know, when they make a big basket, they just can't get a stop.
Jones runs the floor, lost it on the way up. Nice bounce. Wilson regains. That was a fortuitous carom. Right into the hands of Wilson. Jones sets the pick for Chris Wilson. Roberts is set up, watched by Haler. Ronald Roberts amongst the trees. Treveon.
The Hawks are hanging in there. Tough environment, Dave. Out of a timeout, trapped. Quarles buries a 3. But you got to get back, Joe. You got to get back, St. Joe. Here they come. Here, Mr. Havoc, Deontay Weber in the lane with a teardrop. Got it. Right now we have a great game. VCU up 3, 53-50. St. Joseph is a Jesuit Catholic school. Jesuit, a certain order of priests, a lot of different priests throughout the country, different orders. The Jesuits have 28 universities. These are some of them. Catholic schools, Gonzaga, Creighton, Georgetown, Xavier, St. Joe's, BC. They have great schools, a lot of them in the big cities. They have great basketball tradition. They love basketball. The Jesuits are great educators, and they love sports. And we have great teams here. Year after year, these Jesuit schools are really special.
How about Gonzaga, Butler this weekend?
Great game. I'm worried about Clark for Butler being injured, Dave. Gonzaga, another Jesuit school. They got a great program, and the Jesuits love winning, Dave, and they love basketball.
Three-point game. 11-game win streak on the line here for VCU. Graham has another long-range shot. His second 3, give him 16 for the game. His career best came against Memphis in a win early this year at 26. Papanao climbs the ladder, not close. Turnover. And Phil Martelli's going to go right back to the bench. Wilson out, Quarles back in.
The Hawks, Dave, is so close. You just can't get a big stop when they need one.
The 11th turnover for Coach Martelli's Hawks in this game. They average 11-4 a game. And cause exactly 11-4 a game.
I love it. Treveon Graham, Dave. I love him. What a player.
Wow. Theus is not close. Quarles a rebound. Here comes Jones. On the move. Galloway a 3. That's a big shot. Langston Galloway. Second triple. Give him 11. 3-point game. Theus at the end. Can't answer. Roberts a rebound. Here comes Carl Jones. Bouncing. Quarles up. He goes. There it goes. Darius Quarles, 9 off the bench for St. Joseph's. It's a 1-point game. We've got a great finish brewing here in Richmond. Graham feeling it. 3 ball. Too strong. Rebound. Galloway, but falls out of bounds. Got to call timeout there.
Hawks are very aggressive. Carl Jones pushing the ball. Passes to Galloway from way downtown. Splash. Here we go. They push it ahead. They really attack Jones with a terrific pass. Quarles making a tremendous boost. Struggled early, Dave, as we said, but he's playing really well now off the bench.
He's got 9, career high against Norfolk State, 17. He has been valuable off the pine.
1-3-1, half-court trap now by St. Joe's. Change of pace.
Foul, Jones, baseline. 2 fouls on Jones. Only 3 team fouls. St. Joe's in the second half. Aiken's going to check back in. So dominant in blocking shots, 7th in the country. But CJ's not had a huge game defensively tonight. Maybe he has a big stretch run here. Roberts takes a seat.
Coaches say that he's a great player, but sometimes he fades in and out of the action.
Daniels, long three. Again, back iron. He has really struggled tonight. Does not have any points.
Walk through the 1-3-1 zone. They got to be active now. Contested threes.
Penetrates this time. Redick with a lay-in. 10 for Javonte Redick tonight. Jones tries to answer quickly up court. Lots of contacts. Foul VCU.
Great call by Pat Adams. I thought he was moving Dave at the end. It's a tough game to officiate. I think the officials, for the most part, Dave, are doing a terrific job. He's moving there. Great call by Pat Adams. Third foul that time for Javonte Redick. Most talented big guy for the Rams.
Daniels has really struggled, Coach. No points tonight. 0 for 6 on the floor, 0 for 5 from three-point range for the nation's leading three-point shooter. And he's got 3 fouls. Galloway, hanging, can't hit. Redick the rebound. Outlet Brandenburg. Rob is on the run. Johnson return to Brandenburg. A three!
Dave, I think the Hawks are going to get worn down now. Last 5 minutes, VCU's going to pull away. Too deep, too talented.
Now does it. Again across the timeline to avoid the 10-second call. Jones, baseline, good feed. Aiken, up he goes, the big stuff. C.J. Aiken, chance for a three-point play. What a feed from Carl Jones. Wow. Jones with a great dish. Aiken, coach, that's an easy finish.
Jones doing a tremendous job attacking the basket, Dave. Unbelievable pass. Give the big guy the ball. Come on, Aiken, step up, big fella. You can do it.
The senior from Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, in the Philly area. Completes a three-point play. Not easy, shooting right into the student section. The Rowdy Rams here at VCU.
Dave, St. Joe's got to stop dribble penetration. Get low, get in the mud, get in the lane. Don't layups.
Working now with the man-to-man defense. Brandenburg, Redick, double team, then a reach. Papanau commits his first foul of the game. Siegel Center sold out again. 29th straight time here in downtown Richmond. Dave Wright alongside former Virginia head coach Pete Gillen. He's the coach of those Cavaliers about an hour up the road in Charlottesville. St. Joe's on the road, trying for a big victory against VCU and the home whites. Rams ranked in the AP Top 25 poll for the first time since 84-85 this week. They've won 11 straight games. One of the top win streaks in the nation, 4th best. Treveon Graham against Papanau. Altered by Aiken. It was not blocked a lot of shots, but he changed that one for sure.
He's stepping up. The 2 big guys are stepping up for the Hawks.
Galloway, long-range 3, left alone. Langston hit his 3rd straight 3. He's got 14, and we are tied at 61. How about St. Joseph's tonight on the road playing a great game?
A lot of character, Dave. A lot of courage for the Hawks playing in this environment. Langston Galloway, Dave, I think is a tremendous player. Good defense. They push it ahead. Jones reverses it. The Galloway, I think one of the top shooters in the country, Dave, way downtown. All the defense, Dave, went in, converged in the lane. He shot over it.
It's Galloway's 11th straight game in double figures, Coach. Last time he didn't do that against Harvard, had 8 points November 20th. Since then, double figures straight through for the captain, Langston Galloway, the junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Graham inbounds play, hits another long-range shot. 3rd 3 of the night. Treveon Graham has got 19.
Dave, I love Treveon Graham, Dave. I think he's one of the top sophomores in the country.
The freight train.
Nice young man, too. I talked to him in practice one time. A terrific young guy. Modest and humble, tremendous player.
St. Joe's cannot derail a freight train, Coach.
No, he's on the tracks, running smooth, Dave. Smooth.
10 to shoot here, Pete, for Wilson. 5 for Aiken. Does he know about the shot clock? 4 seconds. Wilson, 2, launches a bad shot. Front iron. Good hustle. Jones finds it in traffic. Carl Jones, the court speed. Jones, Aiken, up he goes. goes with the big stuff. C.J. Aiken again. Hammer time. A 1-point game. Theus with a left. Another layup for Darius Theus. He's got 18, a new career high. Timeout, St. Joseph.
Look like Carl Jones is cramping up, Dave, a little bit. I'm worried about the Hawks. If you're a Hawk fan, the last 7 minutes now getting tired because these guys had to play a lot of minutes. They don't have the depth of VCU.
Jones has played his heart out tonight. Coach Gillen, 17 points, has 5 assists and 4 rebounds for the senior from outside Cleveland. He has been a huge factor.
Yeah, VCU answers, Dave. They come back at you. Darius Theus, the heart and soul of the Rams. Nice finish. Aiken try to block it. Darius says, no, not in my house. Great game, Dave, on CBS Sports Network. Got to stay tuned. 8-10, unbelievable conference. What about the tournament? Barclays in Brooklyn, Dave. Forget about it. Eat a cheesecake at Junior's restaurant right nearby. Best cheesecake, come to the game. You live large.
What's better than that in your home borough, Brooklyn?
I'm a little partial to Brooklyn.
You're more than a little partial. That's all right.
People talk a little funny. They talk a little funny there, but they're great Americans in Brooklyn.
Great to see professional sports back in that borough. My parents are from Prospect Park, Brooklyn, Richmond.
Yep, it's a great place. Melting pot, all different people from all different nationalities and walks of life. It's a great place. Ramp it up, Dave. We worried about the last 7 minutes. A tough. The Hawks, I don't know if they have the wings to keep flying. I hope so for their sake, but
the mascot will keep flying. We know that. Here's Quarles. A little trouble. The handle nearly traveled. 7,500 officials at the Siegel Center said he did.
But you gotta love the heart of these Hawks. They're playing with a big heart.
Galloway off a screen on the wing. Can't hit that three. But look at Aiken up high for a fresh 35. This is without Jones in the game. Nursing the cramps. Trying to get ready to return after the next break. And we've got a bump foul call there on Graham. We have got a tremendous finish brewing here in Richmond. VCU fans concerned. The 11-game win streak's on the line for the 22nd ranked team in the nation. It's tight. St. Joe's, VCU. What's this? The Rowdy Rams student section quiet, not making a lot of noise at all here tonight. That's because it's a close game with VCU and St. Joe's. Welcome back. Dave Ryan alongside Xavier's all-time winningest coach, Pete Gillen. How have the Hawks stayed this game in the second half?
Doing a nice job. Carl Jones has stepped up big, Dave. He attacked the basket, great passes. And the big guys for St. Joe's really came alive. Robinson Aiken have been tremendous on the boards.
He's got cramps in the right leg. We'll see if Jones can return as we check in with the Geico difference makers and talk about some players like Carl Jones being such a big factor in the second half.
What a great job, Dave. Attacking the basket off the dribble. Terrific passes to the big guys inside. He's been spectacular in the second half. VCU, my man, Treveon Graham, 19 points, 3 for 6 from downtown, 5 rebounds. I think he's one of the best sophomores in the country. I love watching this guy play. He's really tremendous.
Only 2 games all year for Graham without double figures. 3 points against Wichita State, an early November loss. The only home loss this year for VCU, and 7 against Stetson in non-conference action. And we talked to Shaka Smart as we see Jones still working with those cramps. That Wichita State game was the worst they played all year. Just didn't show up, didn't have the intensity. Tonight during an A-10 battle with Galloway and the Hawks. Langston cannot get a roll for the 1-and-1. That's a big miss.
That hurts. Hawks only shoot 68% from the charity stripe, Dave.
Johnson catch and shoot, can't hit. And a rebound for Quarles. We see only 5 of 23 from three-point range tonight. Galloway. Aiken in the corner. Too strong from 15. Knocked toward midcourt. Right to Wilson.
Wilson's got to step up. He's got to help them handle the basketball.
Galloway pulls the trigger, gets a roll from 3. How about that for Langston Galloway? Give him 17, give him 4 threes. We're tied again at 66.
Hawks got to get a stop now. Guard Treveon Graham. If I'm VCU, go to Graham now. Go to your best player, Dave. Burroughs can't guard him. Go to Graham.
Now we're seeing why the preseason media poll picked St. Joe's #1 in the A-10. This is a good squad.
St. John's haven't come together, but tonight they did, Dave, for sure.
5 to shoot. Daniels, can he finally hit a 3? No. Continues his troubles tonight. It has been a disaster. He is 0 for 6 from 3 and 0 for 7 for the game. This is the guy who leads the nation, 4.1 threes made a game.
Dave, you don't want to shoot contested threes. He's struggling. Guy's right in his face. Roberts shooting a contested three short and way off. So you got to shoot open threes when you're struggling.
Same guy, coach, who hit 11 threes in a game against East Tennessee State before the A-10 season started. A-10 single game record for the entire history of this great conference.
Unbelievable.
And best ever in VCU history. 11.
Unbelievable. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not.
And tonight, he is not. Jones back into the game. Apparently the cramp's okay. Roberts up top, under 10 to shoot for St. Joseph's here.
But Joe's got to get more movement. They're tired.
2, 1, Galloway lets fly and banks it in. He banked in a 3. Coach, is the bank open?
The banks are open. Richmond, Virginia at 10:51. Make a deposit.
Oh, unbelievable. 20 points and 5 threes in the game and a lead by 3. Their first lead since they're up 5-4 with a 17-22 mark of the first half. Brandenburg, response time, yes, for Rob Brandenburg. And a chance for a three-point play.
The Hawks are in trouble here. Clock's running down. Galloway deep. Shuffle way downtown. The banks are open. He's talking trash. Lucky to get it technical. Answer from VCU. Brandenburg, the X factor. Nice finish. Tremendous player. Rob Brandenburg, a junior.
Completes a three-point play. That was something. He's got 12, and we are tied again.
You don't talk trash if you're Galloway, Dave. You could have got a tee.
Jones battles Theus. Carl Jones. Stripped. Theus misses. But Weber there for the follow. And he shoots one. Briante Weber.
The pressure keeps coming at you. Darius Theus, the heart and soul of the Rams. Nice steal. He misses the shot. Used the backboard. But Mr. Havoc, Briante Weber with the fit. Look at him. Mr. Havoc is Havoc full. He's juiced. He's fired up. He's in his house.
And that was the third foul on Jones. So it's Weber. Completes a three-point play. He's got 7 for the game. The sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia. Boy, is he dangerous. Nation's leader in steals. A big theft a moment ago. Roberts with the left lays it in. Ronald Roberts is up to 9 for the game.
I love the effort of the big guys for the Hawks. Tremendous second half. They should do this every night, Dave, not just tonight.
St. Joe's 1-1 in A-10 play. A loss to Butler at home. Win over Duquesne on the road. Theus bump, no call. Aiken blocked that shot. Great effort defensively, C.J. Aiken. Timeout is called by VCU. Before the tie-up, and Phil Martelli is beside himself on the St. Joe's bench.
30-second timeout.
For Coach Martelli, Langston Galloway, team captain, has been fantastic. The junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, LSU country of the SEC, but he goes to the A-10 for St. Joseph's, and he's been fantastic tonight with 5 threes. 2 short of his career best for triples in a game.
He's a great shooter. As you know, he led the A-10 in three-point shooting last year with 46%. Struggled this year because teams are keen on him, but he's stepping up really big tonight.
4th in the nation, coach, at 46.6% three-point shooting last year. This year at 35-6 coming in. 5 threes in the game. We talked to Lanks after the team shooting around. He said, I'm taking the same amount of shots I did last year. in off days in practice, trying to get my stroke back. It's not like that's a bad three-point percentage, but no, he almost shot 50% last year.
He was unbelievable. Teams are keen on him. He's a big part of the defensive game plan. That's why Langston Galloway's not shooting 46% from three-point land this year.
But he's not shy. Not one bit. And he's come through big time tonight for the visitors. Daniels, can he finally hit a three? No, he can't. Redick right there for the easy follow. A dozen for Javonte Redick. No box out down low for St. Joe's.
I'm the Hawks. I'm going into Roberts. Try to get him the ball inside, get to the foul line.
The Rowdy Rams student section comes alive. Galloway pulls up. This time misfires. Redick the rebound. Here's Theus.
Not a good shot that time for the Hawks. On VCU, go inside Graham now. He's got a little guy on him. Graham can hurt you, Dave, inside or outside. Get the freight train the ball. He's got it.
Here's Daniels 0 for 7 from 3 tonight. Weave play for Theus. Graham pulls up from 15. Too strong. Big defensive rebound. Can St. Joe's find it? Yes. Aiken the loose change. And Jones right in front of us, coach, is really hurting with those cramps. He is doubled over. There's seeing bottom left of your screen. The key St. Joe's star is cramping up again. He's in misery right now.
He's in pain right there. They're playing 4 against 5 right now.
Aiken! The backdoor cut. The feed from Wilson. C.J. Aiken, the monster finish.
4 was enough on that possession, but Aiken right now can't move.
Jones, he's in a lot of pain, coach.
A lot of pain.
Under 2 to go, and a great game here tonight from Richmond. No dead ball to get him out of the game, though, right now. Redick with a layup blocked by Aiken. That's why he's number 7 in the nation. Tops of the A-10 in rejections a game. 3.1 a night. That was a big defensive play for CJ. 90 ticks to go in a great game tonight from Richmond. Jones injured. Jones pulls up. You better believe it. Carl Jones with a 3. The cramps aren't bothering this guy.
No legs, but got the J.
That's unbelievable. He's got 20, his second 3 of the game. Up by 2 of the Hawks on the road.
It's a stunner, Dave. No matter what happens, a stunner.
Can they knock off number 22? Theus pulls up. Long range shot. Short. Rebound. A foul leads us to a break.
Hawks doing a great job fighting. Their legs are killing them. They're tired. They're worn out, but doing a terrific job. Alley-oop to Aiken. Nice finish for the big guy. Nice pass by Wilson. Throw to Jones. Got no legs, but he's got the jimmy. He's got the touch. He's got the hoop.
About a 5-hour drive, depending on traffic, from Philadelphia to Richmond. We're actually headed to Philadelphia tomorrow for Temple St. Bonaventure, 1 Eastern on Saturday, CBS Sports Network. Our AT&T game summary here, Pete. Crunch time. What numbers stick out to you?
Well, the VCU 5 for 26 from three-point land, Dave. That's unbelievable. They shoot 36% usually from behind the arc, so that's a struggle. And turnovers, great job by VCU, only 5. But points off turnovers, big advantage. VCU 20-3. But Carl Jones, second half, has been unbelievable. Redick's doing a great job inside for the Rams. So I think Carl Jones is the story. He's been spectacular second half. The senior point guard for the Hawks is keeping him in this contest, and right now they're up 2.
Only losses of the year for Javonte Redick and VCU to Wichita State here at home in November, to Duke and Missouri on neutral courts. An 11-game win streak on the line here for the Rams. Gets a roll in the first. 13 in the game for Redick. Shoots 68.4% from the free throw line. Daniels is out. Been a miserable night for him. 0 for 7 from 3 for the nation's leading three-point shooter. Second free throw miss. Aiken a big rebound. Final minute of our second half. Pressure. Aiken across the line. Traveling.
That's why they don't want a big guy handling the ball, Dave. 6'9". Take 2 dribbles, pull up. The guard's got to come get it. That really hurts for the Hawks.
4 of their 5 losses this year. Coach Martelli's team has had a lead after the break. It's always tough to hang on to a second-half lead. They lost a couple though, Creighton this year, Villanova on the road. The biggest win we talked about against Notre Dame in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. Preseason tourney. This would be a huge signature victory for St. Joseph's. Talk about a resume builder.
Exactly, Dave. This will help them get into the NCAA tournament. They take care of business in the games they're supposed to win.
Brandenburg, long-range shot short. Reddick handed the rebound. Jones trying to track it down in the corner. He does. With 35 seconds to go in regulation. There's a foul. Rob Brandenburg against Jones. Carl playing with 4 fouls. Only 58.9% from the line for Carl Jones this year. 33 of 56 coming into this game tonight. And he's 0 for 1 tonight. That has really been a struggle for Carl in the year.
He's the guy you want to foul if you're the Rams. Great player, but not doing a good job on the foul line.
Gets a roll. 21 of the game for Jones. Playing with those cramps. Heroic effort for him tonight. He's got a game-high 21 points. Galloway, his teammates, got 20. We talked about Pete, top of the broadcast, how big the guard play would be. They've got to play tonight.
Been great. Galloway and Jones have been fabulous.
Misfires on the second. St. Joe's got it. Up 2. And the ball with 31.3 to go in regulation.
I'd call a timeout if I'm Coach Martelli to get the ball in bounds, Dave, because they've struggled a couple of times to get in the basketball in bounds against his pressure.
They've got 2 timeouts left. Galloway handles the inbounds play. Needs some help and quickly calls a timeout. So in the clutch, which players you want shooting, which don't you want for Coach Martelli at the free throw line? As the final 5 minutes, look at Galloway, 13 of 50. Wilson, 12 of 14. Jones, we talked about with that miss a moment ago, 11 of 16. Those are the guys who will be on the floor for St. Joseph's in these final moments. What are you thinking here? Each side, X's and O's, Coach.
The big thing is getting the basketball in bounds and get it to your best free throw shooter right now. So I try to get the ball into Galloway, who's a good free throw shooter in the last 5 minutes. Because they're going to foul right away, Dave. You know, don't get it into a guy. I wouldn't try to get it into the big guy, Aiken or Jones. I try to get it to Galloway, but you got to get the ball. You got to screen to get open. Remember, you can throw it back court, Dave. But you got to watch. These guys are so quick that VCU can steal the inbound. So the big thing is get it inbound. Don't throw it to the coffee corner on the side where they take it out. Try to throw it to the middle of the court, Dave, or to the opposite side. But you can't move. So it's key now to get the ball inbound. So what I would do here now is screen, try to get the ball.
Again, Galloway tries to inbound. Couldn't get it in last time. Deep. Needs some help. Aiken finds it. Reddick all over him, and there's a foul.
Personal foul is charged to number 15.
Javante Reddick. 2 fouls on Javante. And now 10 team fouls, VCU, so 2 free throws coming up here for C.J. Aiken. Shoots 76% coming in. Had a huge game earlier this year against Drexel. Hit all 5 of his free throws. Had a team best 19 points in a Philly rivalry game. 2 big ones coming up here. Has another. Now the all-important second free throw to try to make it a 2-possession game.
If he makes this, Dave, St. Joe's going to go to 1-3-1 zone.
Hits 2. Clutch. C.J. Aiken up to 15. A junior from Conshohocken in the Philly area. Drains 2 huge free throws for Phil Martelli. Now make it a 4-point game.
They're doing this now, St. Joe's, in 1-3-1 to prevent the layup, Dave. Prevent the drive to the basket and not foul. Try to make VCU shoot a jump shot. If I'm VCU, Dave,
coach is quiet.
It is quiet. I'm going to make 2 passes and drive the ball if I'm VCU. Drive it.
Graham. Trouble. Watched by Roberts. Theus tries a 3. Way off. Reddick a hand on the rebound. And VCU keeps it with 20.6 seconds left.
Great job by Coach Martelli. 1-3-1 zone, made him take a shot. 5 for 27 from three-point land for the Rams.
Quick inbound play. Theus hangs and he's fouled. Darius Theus goes to the free throw line. Roberts commits the foul.
Nice way to attack the basket by Theus. Looks like he's cramping up too, Dave, a little bit.
It's been a rough game physically.
Yes, it has.
Theus a career best already in the game tonight, 18 points. Prior career high had been 16 against Drexel in the CAA days for VCU last year. Here, a pin drop in his place. Short on the first. Darius Theus only 67% for the line coming in. Got to hit this one to make it a one-possession game. 11-game win streak on the line for VCU. Too strong second. Brandenburg a rebound. Stick back. No. Rebound. Roberts a hand on it. There's Wilson. Traveling call.
Wow.
And still barely some life for VCU and a timeout for Shaka Smart to talk things over here.
Shot missed. Great rebound. He rushed it a little bit. Traffic. Good call. We didn't have a good angle, Dave. His own man pushed him, so Wilson didn't walk. It's a good call by the official.
Coming up next, Inside College Basketball highlights analysis from all the top games around the nation. Inside College Basketball with Adam Zucker, Ala Abdelnabi, Mateen Cleaves, Gary Parrish, our insider. Coming up next on CBS Sports Network. Michigan did win at Minnesota. Duke, Georgia Tech, nice rally for Duke after being in some trouble. Our John Rothstein, another insider, taking some notes. He's been in the BlackBerry all night, emailing, texting, talking to coaches, and thinking about this VCU team. Wonder what John's got in mind for his upcoming commentary from the studio.
I don't know, but he does a wonderful job. Nobody knows players like him in the country. He's the best.
He's amazing. He and Gary Parrish. Phenomenal. All right, 14 seconds, your inbounds play.
Don't foul now if you're St. Joe's.
Daniels has it hit three all night. There it is. You gotta be kidding me. Finally, he's got his first three of the game. And a timeout quickly called. A one-point game. Troy Daniels, 1 of 8 from three-point range. But never shy to put it up.
That's courage. When you have a tough night, Dan is a great shooter. You got to have amnesia if you're a shooter. Boom. Throw was a little late getting over the screen. Couldn't get there. Good screen by Reddick. He got free.
Coach Martelli knows the numbers very well here. Pete, whom to foul? What do you think?
Right now, you want to foul Jones. Only 59%. Big thing is get it in. As soon as you get it in, you got to foul. So if you're Coach Martelli, you got to screen and get the guy in. Try to get the ball to Galloway. He might be taking it out. So if he is, try to get the ball to Aiken. He's your next best shooter in the end of the game. So Galloway's taking it out because he's a little bigger, Dave. Sometimes a little guy you don't want taking it out. So you can run the baseline after a free throw. I get the ball to Aiken now if I'm St. Joe's.
The baseline pass, and Roberts is fouled by Deontay Weber. Commits his second. And a one-point game. Still a lot of time to go for the game here, Pete. St. Joe's 6 of 10 from the free throw line.
Dave, after a basket or free throw, you can jump a guy out of bounds and then throw it in. You can throw it along the baseline out of bounds. So great play by St. Joe's.
Roberts 1 of 2 in the game. In the final minute of a game, though, he has been outstanding. 8 of 10. First free throw. Short. 1-point game. And a lot of time. Each team a timeout. Buckle up, everybody. Here we go.
Right now, if I'm VCU, whether he makes it or not, I'm getting the ball to Theus. Dave, put his head down, go to the rim. He'll pick you up, dump it off to a big guy.
It's a second. Lead is 2. 10 seconds. Theus, crossover. Theus lays it in. Darius Theus ties the game. for the Hawks. 6.8 to go. A lot of time. And we're all tied at 80.
Great job by Theus, Dave. All night he's been taking it to the rim. Theus with a nice crossover move. He goes by Wilson like the wind. Big guy's got to help. No help by Aiken and Roberts. Aiken's got to get in there and contest the shot. He watched him. Got to get help defense, Dave. And that's it. You know he's going to the rim. He's been going to the rim all night. Nice crossover move. Goes by Wilson. The Hawks, big Hawks, just look at him. So you got to contest that, Dave. Maybe you don't block it, but contest it.
Theus has his career best. The captain's got 20 points. He had 2 game-winning shots last year, Pete, against William & Mary and Wichita State. He's used to big-time shots. 6.8 to go. Game reset. What are you thinking of Phil Martelli?
Well, I want to get the ball now to Paul Jones, my senior. I know he's got cramps, but he made that three-point shot before. Get him the ball. He's the best guy at attacking the basket. Tell Paul, go right to the rim. If somebody picks you up, dump it to the big guy. But think layup, go to the rim.
Looked like Darius's dad is pretty proud there. Nice sign. All right, here we go. 6.8 remaining regulation. All tied up. Wilson. Here's Roberts. Nearly stolen. Jones. 2 seconds. Knocked aside. Yes! We're going overtime. What a game tonight from Richmond. It'll be the first overtime game of the year for VCU. Head-to-head with St. Joe's. Tremendous A-10 action. Overtime is next.
AIDS treatments can have serious side effects, and many infections are drug resistant. If you think you don't need to protect yourself, you're dead wrong. CBS cares.
Rowdy Ram student section is ready for some extra basketball tonight. Overtime from Richmond. One prior game for St. Joseph's in OT this year. That was against Notre Dame back on November 16th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Won it by 9. That's to date the biggest win of the year for the Hawks. This would be a huge resume builder type victory for them, in addition to making them 2-1 in A-10 play. And you just know the fans here in Richmond so pleased to be in the Atlantic 10 this year. Along with Butler, the great additions to make it a 16-team powerhouse league.
Dave, usually in overtime, it's the advantage to the home team. You got the crowd, enthusiasm, so we'll see what happens.
Brandenburg and Jones have 4 fouls each. The keys to watch here. Starting overtime, St. Joe's trying to break an 11-game VCU win streak. One of the tops in the nation. Galloway, spin move. Lost it on the way up. Good hands, Weber. Quarles, loose change, drives in. Offensive foul. Darius Quarles.
Loose ball. St. Joe's were lucky to get it. Quarles comes in. Reddick standing there. Good call. Reddick takes the charge. I think the officials are doing an excellent job, Dave. You know, it's a physical game. It's very tough to officiate. So aggressive, so quick. So many big bodies. The players today are so quick and strong and athletic. You almost need 4 officials. Big play by Reddick. I call him the gentle giant. Terrific talent, but sometimes he just kind of mellow. But big play for Reddick.
He's had a big game tonight. 13 points, 16 rebounds, a double-double. Treveon Graham fakes a 3, feeds, and there's Reddick for the flush. Redick already a career best in rebounds. Continues a huge night.
Dave, I just don't think St. Joe's has much left in the tank. Paul Jones is coming in now, but he was sitting with the cramps again.
Roberts. Quarles, who started the OT with Jones out. A fake. Quarles, fearless. Kick out for Wilson. 7 to shoot. Wilson needs help. Aiken's got to let fly. Way strong. Didn't hit the rim. Shot clock violation against the Hawks.
Nice pass by Graham. Bounce pass it to Redick. Give it to the big dog. Big dog's happy when he eats. Nice finish.
He's got 15 points and 17 boards. The rebounds a career high for Javonte Redick.
What a great game of the A-10. Unbelievable league this year for A-10. It's always good, Dave. This is another level.
It's the first ever meeting between these teams in the Atlantic 10. The first time since '82 since they've met. Graham is blocked. He'll have a chance for a 4-point play.
Get it to your best player. Theus knows his team. Treveon Graham, leading scorer. Got 3, a little pick and pop. Both of the guys went with Darius Theus stayed. They left Graham alone. He knocked down a 3. So a dribble penetration, a pick and pop. Graham popped out, caught it. He's in position to shoot it. Knocked down a big 3.
Completes a 4-point play. 23 for the game. 4 threes tonight for Graham. That's awfully big. Makes it a 6-point game.
You're St. Joe's, Dave, now. I try to drive the ball. Try to get to the free throw line.
Huge shot, Galloway. What a response there by Langston Galloway. He is up to 22. Three just off Daniels. Did everything but go in. Jones. Crossover, playing with the cramps. Floats but can't hit. That's a big miss for the Hawks. He's playing hurt tonight. Weber pulls up. And hits. A 2, Briante Weber. So many weapons. Hawks have got to have one.
Get it to a guard. You're going to lose it. Both these teams are winners tonight, no matter what the final score is.
Jones playing hurt. Jones a 3. Too strong. Rebound Daniels. With 2:15 and counting, VCU can smell blood in the water here as they go for the knockout punch. Graham floats. 2 more. And maybe the dagger. 25 for Treveon Graham. 1 shy of his career best against Memphis.
Dave, the Hawks can't move. It's like a fighter. He just can't even raise his arms to defend himself. The depth, once again, of the Rams really paying off for them.
Must have here for Wilson and St. Joseph's. They've got to create some points in this possession. 10 to shoot. Galloway double team. Stolen. Huge play for Treveon Graham, who has just been unbelievable tonight. Final minute, OT.
Graham's too quick for Roberts.
Kick out. Weber. Way strong this time on a 3. Rebound Jones. 33 seconds and counting. Down 8. They need immediate offense, and there's Weber with those quick hands. Jones takes a seat. He's played his heart out tonight.
Unbelievable game for Carl Jones. Playing hurt with the cramps. Made a big 3, Dave. While he was hurting, Senior did a phenomenal job. A lot of courage. His Hawk team did a great job, and VCU stepped up, Dave. They made some big plays when they had to.
Boy, sure did. And the fans respond again. Roberts is fouled. 23.1 remaining in a 8-point game here, 90-82. It looks like the Rams will survive. Their last loss came against then number 13 Missouri by 3. Neutral site game, November 24th. 11 straight wins since.
Amazing.
Roberts to shoot. Has one more. 11 in the game for Roberts. 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Double-double for him again. 11 points and 10 rebounds tonight for Ronald Roberts. His 7th of the year. Misses the 7th. Graham the rebound, and he is quickly fouled by Galloway.
Personal fouls, Jones to number 10. Winston Galloway is his 2nd.
VCU with havoc, creates lots of turnovers and creates lots of offense. Look at this, 6 times this year. 4th in the past 6, 90-plus points. They did do their first overtime game this season to get to 90, but they've done it again. That's remarkable. And maybe even more so to think that Lehigh on January 5th out of the Patriot League held them to 59 in a 4-point Mountain Hawk loss here.
And that was amazing. And C.J. McCollum, Dave, as you know, got hurt early in the game. So, but Rams averaged 78 points a game. They lead the A-10 in scoring. And once again, a big night offensively for VCU.
Graham missed a pair there. Trying to cap off a brilliant night. Rebound Roberts. Traveling call. 20 turnovers in the game for St. Joseph's and Coach Martell. That's something.
Did a great job coaching tonight with an underhanded team. The team was just didn't have all their guys. Jasenovic, as you know, is in Montenegro with his family. He was a death in the family. We offer our condolences to the family, but great effort and the mark of a champion. VCU stepped up big, Dave, when they had to, when their backs were against the wall. So both these teams played a fabulous game this evening.
Inside College Basketball coming away next on CBS Sports Network. We'll break down an exciting night. Top 25 and A-10 action. Saw UMass beat Duquesne already on our air in the Atlantic 10. Theus has one more. Career night for Darius Theus. 21 points, a career best. Pryor had been last year against Drexel, 16 points. They try to add to the total here. Does just that. And the Rams are going to win a hard-fought game in the Atlantic 10 to move to 3-0 in league play, and they'll win their 12th straight game overall. Wilson, final moments, way short. Roberts. A stuff and a chance for a 3-point play for Roberts, who extends the numbers on a double-double night. The last thing Shaka Smart wanted to see here. The final moments of overtime. Rams will try to put a cap on this one. Win a dozen in a row.
Embarrassed by a prostate exam? Imagine how your doctor feels. As a urologist, I have performed 9,421.5 prostate exams. So why do I do it? Because I get paid. Und On this side of the glove, I know prostate exams can save lives. So if you are a man over 50, talk to your doctor to see if a prostate exam is right for you. If we can do it, so can you. ZBS cares.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Hey, wake up. Who are you? I'm you. Or the you could be. Just gotta get up, get active. I'm too tired. Then take 5-hour energy. You'll feel alert and energized for hours. Let's go. Maybe later.
You used to look like that.
Meet the girlfriend you could have. 5-hour energy. Be the you could be.
Win streak, program history of 10 or more for VCU. They're about to win number 12 in a row. Last time they did that, 77-78. Wow, a special team this year for Shaka Smart. Kansas, 14 straight, along with Utah State, heading to their game tonight with New Mexico State as Roberts completes a three-point play. Nation's leader in win streaks. 12 in a row for VCU. Took overtime. Hard-fought victory for Shaka Smart over St. Joseph's. Great game tonight here, Pete.
Great game, Dave. Tremendous. Excellent intensity. A-10 is a tremendous league. Going to see battles like that all season long. Credit to both teams. It was a fabulous game. 4 players, double figures, led by Graham's 25. Reddick, a career best 17. 92-86, the final in overtime for Pete Gill and the entire crew. I'm Dave Ryan. For scores, highlights, features, and more, go to CBSSports.com. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. So long from Richmond. Thanks for watching. Great overtime game. Great Atlantic 10 action. 92-86, VCU's won 12 in a row.